top 5 tips for PvP Arc. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some parts of the world, good night, and I hope you sleep well. My name is Gray, and welcome to top 5 tips for PvP Arc. So these are my tips that you can take upon yourself. I would love to hear anyone else's tips. If you've got any other ones, please write them down in the comments below, and I will make sure to read them. And you never know, maybe one of yours gets into my top 5. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Number 5 is do not get attached to any of your dinos. It's simple. You're playing PvP and your dinos have a very low life expectancy on any server that you play with, because look, you have, not only do you have the environment that can kill your dinos, you've got other wild dinos that can do it for you. You've also got the players. The players can kill your dinos. The players' tames can kill them, and also the turrets, and sometimes even yourself. You can actually kill your own dino by accident. So just don't get attached to your dino, and that means don't give it a nickname of your old pets that you had when you were a child. So that's tip number 5. Number 4 is split into 3 sections. They are the 3 S's that I have, and that is build small, build smart, and build safe. So building small is kind of a no-brainer, to be fair. If you are by yourself and you are playing PvP, you have to kind of build as small as you can when you first start out. Otherwise, you're not going to have any hope in hell in progressing through on that specific server. And as you get more advanced, you are then more capable of defending your base, and you can go bigger and bigger. Building smart is basically, what do I mean by building smart? Well, okay, building your base on a PvP server on the beach is not smart. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I have seen people building their base on a beach. Why? Seriously, you're basically just opening yourself up to be raided right, left and centre. Building smart. So everyone has their own favourite map that they like to play on, and it's natural to know a lot about that map. Find a small place out the way that has a lot of coverage and build your base there. You can do a lot of grinding in a 2x3x2 base. And also, when I say smart, I mean when you find a place to build your base, don't collect any of the resources that are around your base, because that just exposes it to the elements. If there's a huge tree next to your base, leave it. Go get wood somewhere else. And the reason for that is because that tree could help with hiding your base. And the last one is build safe. So safe is another word for a vault, right? So when you can, build yourself a vault, build yourself a second base, but put it in the vault. This vault, if there's water on the map that you are playing on, find some random place on the seafloor and put your vault there. So when you do eventually get raided, you haven't lost everything. And actually, when you load up Arc, it's one of the tips it has on the bottom screen. So that's kind of interesting, isn't it? But it does work. If you know you have a whole complete separate base that you can build straight away, it doesn't hurt so much when you get yourself wiped, does it? So that's tip number 4, split into 3 categories. So tip number 3 is don't draw attention to yourself on the server. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you get raided and your dinos get killed, if you get wiped and your items get taken, don't cry to the admin about it. For some reason, people who play PvP love to annoy other players. If they know that that is something that will annoy you, they will then purposely hunt you down and find your base and continue to raid you until you have you have basically been driven away from the server. Just don't get yourself noticed. Don't draw attention to yourself, alright? If you get raided, hey, you got raided. Start again and build up again. Learn from it. Don't cry about it. Right, tip number 2 is, it's kind of the same sort of thing. And that is, every single base you see on any single server, it is raidable. There is no such thing as an unraidable base. With enough time and enough resources, you will be able to raid any base. Your mission for your base is to basically make it as difficult and time consuming as humanly possible. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I'll show you my base. This is what I mean by make it very time consuming, make it very difficult. My base is raidable. It is still raidable. However, I've made it very difficult. If someone has enough time and has enough dinos and enough, sheer will and enough firepower, they will get through. But this is what I've done to my base. It basically is just, it's going to annoy them so much that they will just go, you know what, it's not worth it, I'm going to walk away. That is what you're after here, alright? And I've not even finished, alright? I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do, but yeah, I've not even finished making this a really annoying thing to raid. Because I know that there are a few people on this server who watch my videos, so why would I give you inside information, guys? Nice try. But this is, yeah, what I've done here is I've made it so that you can't just walk up to my door with loads of stegos and loads of dinos. You kind of have to battle your way through all these before you even get to the centre, and even then that's not my base. So that's the start of the entrance of my base. I'm not even going to show you the inside because that will be a surprise for you if you decide to actually raid me, and also the walkway from here actually into the main part of the cave. So yeah, have fun with that, guys, if you do decide to raid me. Now, number 1. This is my top tip for playing PvP in Ark. And it is a simple one. And it is kind of an art form. You kind of have to sort of practice at this. And that is, get inside your enemy's head. A lot of people who play Ark, when they see a base that they want to raid, well, they kind of just go all out on it. They don't really think things through. They might think a little bit about what they're going to do as they're raiding you, but they very rarely think about the consequences of raiding you will be. So I recently had a tribe of 4 people, and they are in full tech. They still play on this server today. Full tech. They came armed to the teeth to come and raid me. They had like I said, full tech. They had a hover skiff, they had dinos, they had tech saddles, they had the works, right? And I basically, you can either do like, you know, one of two things normally. I'm going to offer a third option. I was actually online when they started to raid me, or started to attempt to raid me. So option 1 would be to fight. Option 2 would be to run away, which I know a lot of people do. Option 3 is to basically confront them in the in-game chat, right? So in this chat here, that is what you want to sort of start talking to them in, and you basically want to remind them that like, if you do this, if you raid me, I will find you and I will raid you back. The idea, the prime idea, would be to actually have a second base somewhere that has all your dinos, a lot of items in there that you can raid other people. So these guys came over, they started raiding, and I basically said, do you want to rethink this? I have another base that has far more stuff in it. I am far much more capable of raiding you. If you completely wipe this base, I can still raid you tomorrow. I know where your base is. Are you sure you really want to risk losing all of the stuff that you have in your base for this raid? Bear in mind, if you do raid me, I will raid you. I will not only take everything back that you've just taken from me, I will take everything of yours as well. Are you sure you want to do this? And do you know what? 9 times out of 10, if you give them that ultimatum, they go, you know what? Okay, we'll stop. If you remind people what they have to lose, if you can get inside their head, you've won. And not only have you won that time, they will every single time, when they think about raiding you, they'll second guess, was he bluffing or not? And if you weren't bluffing and they fall for, like, they call your bluff, go to town on them, you know? Anyway, guys, that was actually shorter than a lot of the times I've practiced that, so I'm going to call that as a win. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and please make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Let me know in the comments your top 5 tips for PvP. Until then, until my next video, I will see you later. Thank you and goodbye.